Hey guys, Tito out here. Welcome back to the Type Preparedness channel. So, bonus video for the week. This video is being filmed on a Saturday and being put out on Saturday, so I hope you guys appreciate the hard work it takes to do a turnaround video like this. So, why are we doing a bonus video for the week? That is because tonight, probably by the time this video comes out, my upstate South Carolina and surrounding areas are expecting some sort of wintry, icy, snowy, slushy mix coming. We're not entirely sure exactly what we're getting, but we know we're getting something. So for this video, I do want to explain what we're expecting, how we, upstate South Carolina, myself, my family, we prepare for it, what situations we're most likely to face, and why a southern snowstorm is so bad compared to other parts of the nation. So number one, what are we expecting exactly? Honestly, no one has a clue. They've got a bunch of predictions, but it's up in the air. Probably by the time you see this video, we will have had something occur. Now, I will try to keep you guys updated over on my community page, so after you finish this video, if you want to head over there and check out some of the pictures, I might even post on Instagram. Probably not, but it's an idea. So again, what are we expecting? Some kind of wintry, icy, snowy, slushy mix. The local weathermen basically say it's not an if, but a when and a what. So it's not a if we're going to see snow in this wintry mix. It's a when are we going to see it exactly, and how much of what are we going to see. Now, current predictions is that at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., we're going to get some freezing rain, some slush, some icy mix. Then later on into tonight, Sunday morning, we're going to actually have some snowfall. They're predicting in my area somewhere between 3 and 6 inches and 6 and 12 inches. So somewhere between 3 inches of snow and a foot of snow. Number two, what are we preparing for personally? The biggest thing that comes with a southern winter storm is not the snow. If it was just snow, hey, that'd be awesome. But unfortunately, we get the ice, we get the sleet, we get the freezing rain. So when you mix freezing rain, sleet, slush, whatever that's not snow, and you put that onto the trees, that starts weighing the trees down. Then the trees weigh down on the power lines, and then you start losing power. Something else that we personally are prepping for is the fact that I'm not going to be home. By the time you see this video, I will be at work. And so now my wife and 2 of the kids are at home by themselves during the power outage, during the snowstorm, during, slushy, freezy rain mix. If I was home, it would be a different ballgame because I know where all my lights are, I know where all my stoves are, I know where all of my cold weather, wintry weather gear is. She's not as familiar with that as I am. And so now I have to set the house up for her because I'm not going to be here. So again, what are we expecting? Power outages. I have generators right in front of this UTV. When I get done filming, I'm going to load one of the generators up in the back of this UTV. I'm going to leave it under this covered carport shed thing, and that way when my wife needs it, all she has to do, grab the keys, come down here, and drive it 20 feet that way, run the drop cords in the house, power the fridge, the freezer, the TV, whatever. Recently I did a video about how to survive a winter power outage, and I also did another video on how to prep your home for a winter power outage. Our propane tank just has been topped off, so we have 200 gallons plus over in that propane tank. We do have the space heater, it still works, and so it will at least heat up the house when the power goes out. The third thing is pipes freezing. What we do down here is we leave the water as a trickle, just enough that way you know it's running. That way you get the water moving in the pipes and they don't freeze as much. Now, if we get hit with what Texas got hit with last year, we don't really stand a chance. I mean, your pipes are going to freeze either way. But again, it's not supposed to be nearly as bad as that was, and so here's to hoping, right? The fourth thing that I am expecting is either A, to stay at work, or B, to come home. I'm working night shift, so I get off early in the morning. So depending on the situation, early in the morning, 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning, the road conditions depends if I'm driving home or if I'm going to spend the night in my vehicle. The day, whatever you want to call it. So I do always carry my get home bag with me. It is set up for a wintertime condition, so I do have my sleeping bag in there. I still have my fuel canister stoves in there. I got some water in there. I've got MREs and a bunch of other food in there. And so that is good. That is set up On top of that, I'll be throwing in an additional 45-degree top quilt from One Wind. I recently got it, haven't reviewed it yet, but it's there. I have it. My 0-degree top quilt actually ripped because of a video we did this week, a $100 survival challenge. So unless I want my car filled up with duck feathers, I guess I'm sticking with the 45-degree and hoping it's good enough. Again, why is a southern snowstorm so bad? Because of the power outages. People aren't ready for power outages in summer. You throw 10 degrees, 15-degree weather at them, and then you shut the power off, and they sure as heck aren't ready. Most people didn't learn from the tornado, right? I saw a bunch of generators get bought up during the tornado, and then now most of those people don't have that said generator, or it's still sitting in a box somewhere. Secondly, a lot of people don't have a backup heat source. Most people around here run on an electric heat. Well, when power goes out, you don't have electric heat. Okay, so they have a natural gas as backup. If what happened in Texas happens here, where the natural gas freezes in the lines because it gets so cold, your natural gas no longer works. So then, now what? Again, luckily for us, we do have propane. It is a standalone system. But on top of that, we also have a kerosene heater. As soon as I'm done with this, I am going to go start that kerosene heater, get some fuel in it, kind of get it ready just in case we need to pull it inside and use it as a secondary backup to the propane backup. Again, we wanted to make sure that we have canned foods. We had, Spam and ham for my wife and me. We wanted to make sure we had SpaghettiOs for the kids. We're good on all that. We are really good on all that. I did make a trip to Walmart this morning just trying to see what the damages were before the storm hit. Eggs, milk, and bread were the first three things that always get going. Don't ask me why. I have no clue. The same people that are buying the eggs, milk, and bread are losing power. So I don't know why they buy it. If you know in the comment section, feel free to leave it. But honestly, I have no clue. So the egg aisle was basically empty. There was a few dozen cases left, but all the 36, the 18s, they were gone. You were left with maybe a 12-pack, a 6-pack, or the fancy eggs that are $12 a dozen. The milk aisle was completely wiped out. The only thing left was 0% milk and then like your almond-based or your nut-based milks. But the bread aisle really surprised me. While I was in the store trying to shoot videos, there was actually a dude stocking up bread. So bread was good. Now, by the time you see this video, chances are that bread's not going to be there. So, eggs, milk, and bread. Again, I have no clue why people buy them. I get it. It's something easy for the kids. If you have power, you can scramble up some eggs, egg sandwiches, milk, cereal. Yeah, okay, I got it. But when you lose power, then what? So, milk sandwiches or French toast that you can't cook? You lost me on that one. So another aisle that was about 50% full was the canned soups. Canned soups are great. I can open and eat it cold. I can have a little burner stove and I can warm it up that way. I can build a fire outside and warm it up that way. Those are about 50%. You had Progresso, which is mostly all water-based, and then you had the Campbell's Chunky, which was like $2 a can. But mostly everything else was wiped out. Your tomato soups, your chicken noodle soups, mostly all of that was gone. Another section that was pretty much wiped out, which I'm kind of proud of, but I don't know if it's due to the snowstorm or the shortages, I'm not entirely sure, was the meal in a can canned foods. So your Chef Boyardee raviolis, your SpaghettiOs, even your Great Value brands, those were all wiped out. Anything like pasta based. So either A, the shortages pretty much wiped those out, or B, people got smart and they started stocking up on Chef Boyardee, which is what you need to do. I'm going with A instead of B, but maybe I can be proud for my neighbors. Other than that, I didn't really see anything big that was missing. There was still cases of water. They were actually putting a new pallet out then. There was still gallons of water. You don't need to buy gallons of water. You don't need to buy cases of water. You can fill your sinks up. You can fill your bathtubs up. That works. Have a way to kind of filter it. The water's clean coming out of the tap, but when it hits the tub, it becomes dirty. So a Brita, a Pure, a Zero Water, something like that will remove a lot of the contaminants while it's coming out of the tap. If it does sit in your bathtub, you're going to need something like a Sawyer, a Hydro Blue, something along that lines, because your body funk is all over that water. Kerosene was starting to get low. We have one store in my town that sells kerosene. It is $5 a freaking gallon. Explain that to me. My gosh, that is ridiculous. Again, I'm going to try to keep you guys updated on the community page or maybe on Instagram. You can go check it out there. Take pictures when I can. I'm sure my wife's going to send me some pictures of the kids playing in the snow. You know, it's something that we don't get very often. And when we get it, it's a bad situation. Everyone lives in suffering for a couple of days. And then by day 2, it's like 85 and all the snow's gone. But no one learns, and that's the biggest thing. You need to learn from these situations. Again, I wish I was going to be home because I'd be shooting videos, I'd have the lights on, I'd have the damn whole street would be having a block party in a snowstorm, because that's the kind of person I am, because that's the kind of gear I have. Again, I'm going to be at work. So the one time I get to test out and run my theories on what I'm missing and what I have, I'm not going to be here for. Chances are I'm probably going to end up spending the night at work because I drive a car that is an inch off the ground. I don't have four-wheel drive in the car. It's heavy because it is battery operated, but at 6 a.m. the rednecks are not out to clear the road yet. Me trying to go through 6 to 8 inches of snow in a car that's 2 inches off the ground just doesn't mix. So chances are I am going to end up spending the night at work. My wife's going to have to deal with the situation here. It is what it is. So good luck to her. She's going to try to keep me updated on conditions through text or through Facebook or whatnot. And I'll try to keep you guys updated over on the community page or on the Instagram page. Again, just learn from this situation. Texas had this event last year. Hopefully it's not as bad. Chances are it could be. Chances are it could be 10 times worse. Who knows? Again, I'll keep you guys updated as best as I can. That's all I got. T2 out. So some other things that I forgot to mention is I do already have the Rockhouse 300 watt portable power station pulled out. It's on the shelf, just kind of ready to be used whenever. Good for USB phone charges, good for charging iPads, tablets, whatever. I do also have the eco-worthy portable power station pulled out. Now it cannot run 12 volt or 120, but it does provide lights and it does provide a USB charger, so I have that on the shelf. I already have the light strung up for it. One light is pointing in the kitchen, one light is in the living room, and so if the power does go out, all my wife has to do is go over, hit the blue button, and she has 2 lights. If she hits the little black button that's on it, she'll have 3. So my wife's doing some final Walmart runs. Apparently there was milk, which was pretty surprising, and I am getting ready to head to work, so wish us luck.